Okay, so there's 10,000 million reasons to recover, in my opinion, and I decided to pick 10 of my very favorite reasons to recover from an eating disorder. So here they are. Number one, when you can hug your mom and it does what it's supposed to do, like you hug her and she's like, oh, and like butterflies fly and everything, and like you get a warm, cuddly feeling. That's what a hug's supposed to do, right? Well, I used to hug my mom and she would start crying because when she hugged me, she could feel all the bones in my back, and it's not a good feeling to feel your little girl deteriorating. So that's my number one favorite reason is hugging my mom, and it's just a hug and we're happy and cuddly and warm and just just a good old fashioned hug. The number two reason to recover is because you have a booty again. Yay! Okay, my third favorite reason to recover is because ice cream. So I don't have any ice cream on me right now, but this is a gift card that Cheyenne Olsen got me for my graduation party, and it's to Cold Stone, and I plan on using it because ice cream is my favorite food in the world, and I can now eat it. Reason number four to recover. Okay, you see my hair? You see how I have so much of it? It's not long, but it's so thick. Okay, when I was really in my eating disorder, my hair started falling out in clumps. Like if I ran my fingers through it, giant clumps would fall out. If I brushed my hair, giant clumps fell out. In the shower, giant clumps fell out. And I had bald spots all over my head. As you can see, no more bald spots. But I did have bald spots all over. I would wake up and try to go to school in the morning, and I would do my hair and I would just start crying, and I would call off school and not go in at all because certain ways I did my hair you could see my bald spots, and I didn't want anyone to know, and it was just a traumatic experience and it was awful. But once I started recovering, I started eating again. I mean, it takes a while, but my hair grew back, and it's actually really long for me. Like my hair is finally growing, all thanks to food. It's amazing what food can do for you. But yeah, number four, hair. Reason number five, puppies. Okay, so when I was in treatment at Selah House, I begged my mom every single night on the phone. I was like, when I come home, can I please get a puppy? Like, it'll help my recovery. And I mean, that was sort of a load of crap, but it worked. And now my puppy is 1 year old, and his name is Milo, and he's pretty great. But anyways, no, but seriously, like getting an animal or a plant or whatever you choose, maybe a stuffed animal, but they it's really good to have something to nurture. Like my puppy needs to eat and he needs to sleep and he needs to drink and all this stuff that I was neglecting from myself because I didn't think I deserved it. Well, a puppy needs all that. So when you get a puppy and you have to eat and water him, well, you don't eat him, but you have to feed and water him and all that kind of stuff, it's like, it's a reminder to yourself that you need that kind of stuff and you deserve it and you need love and all this good stuff to grow. And so for the last year, we've been growing and living and being happy together. So, reason number five. Reason number six. Okay, you have energy to dance, which I mean, I'm a dancer, so having energy to dance is pretty freaking awesome. But I mean, you don't have to be a dancer to enjoy dancing, and dancing's like one of the best gifts on earth. So I didn't have any energy to dance or do the one thing that I loved the most in this world when I was sick. But now I can dance around the house and be stupid and listen to Kesha and rap music, or I don't even know, but I can dance freely and happily, and it's amazing. Thank you, recovery. Reason number seven. When you're starving yourself and depriving your body of everything it needs, you're absolutely shivering all the time because what happens when you starve yourself is your body stops doing functions like from least important to most important, and okay, it wants to keep your heart beating, right? So that's like number one. So it stops doing things like heating your body or like I talked about, keeping your hair, stuff like that. So you're literally shivering all the time. Worst thing in the world, and it annoys people around you because like when you're in the car with your mom or whatever, like she wants the air conditioning on and I want the heat on, and then it just causes a fight. It's just really great to not need blankets when it's 90 degrees outside anymore. I can wear shorts. Thank you, recovery. Reason number 8, you have time to craft. You may not think crafting is that big of a deal, but crafting is pretty great. You have time to color. Look, you see how long this took me to color? Wouldn't have had time before, because when you spend all day counting calories and measuring stuff and binging and purging and obsessing over food and weight and all that kind of stuff, you have no time to just be free and do stuff that like your soul likes to do. Like for me, it's coloring, or however you like to be artistic. It's really important to let that out, and when you're sick, you have no time to do any of that. You have no time to just be. So that's my number 8. Number 9. Okay, so I mean, with society and all that great stuff, it's really hard to look in the mirror and like what you see, because everything around you is telling you how you're supposed to look, and 99% of us don't look exactly like the media is telling us we have to look. And so it's really hard to like what you see in the mirror. But I mean, not just for people with eating disorders, just people in general. It's hard to like what you see in the mirror. And then you throw an eating disorder in the mix, and even if you reach your goal of what's supposed to make you like what you see in the mirror, it doesn't happen. You just hate and hate and hate and hate. And one of the greatest gifts recovery has given me is I can look in the mirror, and I mean, I didn't love myself at first, but I started to accept what I saw in the mirror. So acceptance comes first, and then I started to like what I see in the mirror. And some days, not every day, but some days I even love what I see in the mirror. Like today, I'm happy. Am I perfect? No, I wouldn't want to be. I like what I see in the mirror. I like my flaws. Like, for example, this mole on my face. I used to be so self-conscious of it. When I was little, I'd like try to cut it off my face and stuff. And I have a birthmark and all that kind of stuff. I tried to hide everything about me that I didn't think was ideal. And now I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm proud of my flaws. And I think anyone can be. Reason number 10. Okay, this is the biggest reason to recover, in my opinion. When you're sick with an eating disorder or whatever demons you battle, that's mine personally. With an eating disorder, when you get really sick, it's like you live in this alternate reality. You live in a completely different world, and it's like all the healthy people around you can't see what you see. And it's scary. And you're lost, and you don't know the way out, and everything's just dull and gray and awful. And, but with recovery, I was able to find a way out of that. Like, the gray skies turned blue, and I slowly walked out of the dark and into the light and found life again, found the real world that I wanted to be living in all along. But I've had therapists who haven't had eating disorders, and it's harder to relate to them because as much as they know about eating disorders, they don't know how to exactly tell you how they got out of it because they were never in it. They might have had their own struggles, but not the exact same one. But I've also had therapists who have been in eating disorders and they're out of it. They've seen that dark world I lived in, and they've also figured out a way to get out and live in the real world. The real world full of beauty and life and color. And so, I mean, it is an absolute curse to be able to see this eating disorder world. But it's also a gift because since you've seen that world and you're now on the outside, you can guide other people through that gray world and into the light. And it's so cool. It's a superpower. And it's stupid to waste that. If you've had an eating disorder, you can recover and you can help other people do that. And it's the most amazing gift, and it's what I want to do with my life. I want to dedicate my life to helping other people get out of it. Okay, so those are my 10 favorite reasons to recover, and thank you for watching, I guess.